Hopefully this looks good. So I'm gonna make this officially Levi in the Closet episode 3, the video series. Um, I did shoot episode 2, and I shot a third one, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So okay, maybe I don't even need to say this. This is Levi in the Closet episode 3, the video series, and today I wanted to talk about male and female relationships. Not just about dating, but just kind of the dynamic between a man and a woman. Like, one of the first things is if you're a man and you don't already have a woman in your life, like a mom or an auntie or a grandma or whoever, if you have a woman in your life that isn't your love interest, you just need to have something like that. Not necessarily, it's not it's not necessary, but um, I think that is a good, healthy thing to have in your life. Because if you have, let's say, a girlfriend, and you come home to her, or you go see her, or you spend most of your time together, and you complain to her, or you have all these things in your mind, that's all gonna weigh onto her, and it's gonna make you look like an a-hole. So you need to, like with my mom, I talk to her whenever I have something that's like on my mind. Usually she asks me how I'm feeling because she can just tell by looking at me that I have something on my mind, or that I'm in some kind of mood. And so usually her and I have a good conversation about that, and it usually gets pretty deep. And we have a really good relationship like that. That I feel like I can be pretty open with her, and it wasn't always that way. It kind of took me, like, on my end, I had to really forgive my parents for things that were out of their control. But I understand now as an adult that we're all flawed humans and we're just doing the best we can. Like, if your parents and you don't have a good relationship, sometimes they might not know. Like, they might not know that they hurt you in such a deep way. And if you never say it out loud, or you guys have never had that conversation, how are you ever going to get better? How are you ever going to heal? You need to have some kind of a resolve there. Like, that's with your mom and your dad. And I feel like both my parents have affected me in different ways. Like, I don't want to say hurt, because they've done a lot of great things for me. They helped me, and I'm alive because of them, and I have a lot to owe them for that. They've provided me a place to live, and a great education, and a really great upbringing, and a wholesome family environment. Like, not that we didn't always have, like, not that we didn't have problems like a normal family, but they stuck together, so I never had to experience that for myself. I did see that exhibited in different ways. Like, I've had friends, I've had girlfriends, and I've met people that have come from broken homes, and I'm very fortunate, and I'm very grateful for that, because it takes a lot of effort to stay married to somebody and stay dedicated to something for that long. And my parents have been married for over 30 years now. It's crazy. And I don't know, just the what I've observed, it's it's hard to believe that somebody could stay together for that long, or a couple could stay together for that long, just facing all these adversities. And I know that I definitely wouldn't have felt that way in my first relationship. In my first relationship, we were up and down all the time, and I hated it. And I was like, you know what? I know we're not going to be together forever, because this just isn't working. Like, there's great times, but in the end, it wasn't something that I would have stayed together through, like, much harder than that. Like, that wasn't even with a child. That wasn't even with a house payment. That wasn't even with debt and anything like that. It was just me being young and in a young relationship, and I knew, like, it wasn't ready for that. But yeah, getting back to the original thing, the original first point is, if you don't have a woman in your life to talk to, like I can talk to my mom, um, you should try to find that. And that's kind of what I'd say is like having a friendship relationship with a girl. And a lot of people say that's not possible. I think it is. It really depends on what you want, and you have to make what you want in a relationship very clear. You have to say, hey, look, I'm not looking to date if that's what you're looking for, but if you are looking to date, try to find somebody else to put that extra life stuff onto, because when you come together with somebody that you want to have an intimate relationship with, like let's say even sexual relationship with, you want to keep it fun and exciting, and you don't want to bring all the drama of real life into that. Not that you can't, and there are things like you can share, and you can share your life with another person, but still on the other hand, you don't want that to weigh onto them. You don't want that to be part of your relationship that seems exhausting. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to come be with somebody that every time that you're around them, they're just exhausted and tired. You want to have an equal balance, but also it's easier when you have somebody else to talk through those things with. And then when you get together with your person, then you can just have great times and you don't have to worry about all that other stuff. And also that goes for the ladies too. If you like, I think women have it better than men do, because women kind of congregate. They find other women to talk to and to find common ground with. But for a man, it's kind of hard to open up to somebody maybe, or to find somebody that's on your level. There's a lot of different, I don't know if that's maybe a social stigma or not, but for me, I found that it's easier to make friends with the females, just to get along with them, than connecting with another male. And I don't know. But women, I encourage you to find a man in your life that isn't your love interest, and to be able to ask them questions about dating, because then that would help you getting a man's perspective, and also you getting the knowledge of what they think, and adding that to how you date and bringing that into your experience. I think everybody would benefit from that. So you have all your girlfriends that you talk to about all your crushes and the drama, and go to your man friend and then ask him the serious questions, like I don't know. Nothing immediately comes to mind, but if there's something that you specifically have dating related that you'd like to get a man's perspective, it would be good to have a man that you could go to for that. So if you have a dad you can talk to, or you have like an uncle, or you have a friend or coworker, somebody that you can talk to about those kind of things, that would be best. Like, I recommend that. Really, that's all. Like, that's all that's on my mind. I think it's good to have relationships outside of your relationship that you can depend on. And if you can't have that in your family, try to seek out relationships with people, and don't try to make it, purely sexual, purely you want to date them, you want to be in a relationship with them. Try to find people that you can just talk to and be real with, because that's hard to find too, being real with somebody. And part of that's you being able to open up to somebody and not just feed into the BS, like talking about the news, talking about current events and things like that. Just talk about how you really feel, and like what you're really going through. All that other stuff is just kind of extra fluff, and you want to be able to have a real connection with somebody. And that doesn't start until you do that, because you can't expect people to act that way towards you if you aren't already treating every situation like that. Like, you go into any situation you go into, you're open and honest, and you don't want to talk about, I mean, not that that isn't useful, that's like a social device, but just being able to be real with people and talk to them about actual things, that's not always easy, and it's not very common to find people like that. So it starts with you being like that, and then hopefully everybody will follow that pattern. They'll see that, and just everybody will be more open. That's what it's all about. Like, everybody getting along together. We don't need such division. We just need to kind of come together and realize we're all hurting and broken people. And as long as we work on ourselves and continue to think with the mindset of, I can improve, I can learn, I can come out on the other end of this stronger, we're all going to be better. As whole society, everybody, just continue to work on yourself. Continue to love yourself. Love yourself before you love anybody else. That's all I gotta say. Peace.